All right, welcome back to the channel. So, Timothy Bradley says that Vasily Lomachenko is very ordinary, and I'm not surprised that he said it, but Timothy Bradley broke it down very well on why Vasily Lomachenko is ordinary. So, I am definitely going to break this down to y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please share that you like and subscribe to the channel, and also share the video to get all your latest boxing news, and be sure to hit that bell icon to always stay notified as soon as I release the news and comes out. With that being said, Timothy Bradley says that Vasily Lomachenko is very ordinary, and he basically says Devin Haney schools him as well, and I feel like he's absolutely right. Vasily Lomachenko, great fighter, great top-tier fighter, great top-tier lightweight. But over the years, Vasily Lomachenko has shown us flaws in his game. When he fought Orlando Salido, he was trying to be the aggressor, tried to use the angles, tried to looking to get on the inside of Orlando Salido. But Orlando Salido was simply the out-aggressor by utilizing subtle movements that Lomachenko basically wasn't familiar of. Basically, when Lomachenko shift, your opponent shifts with you, and basically Salido was, being that aggressive fighter that he was pushing Vasily Lomachenko on the back foot, not letting Lomachenko get those ankles off and stuff like that. And Timothy Bradley also stated that when you take away his angles, he's a very, very ordinary fighter. We seen the fight between him and Teofimo Lopez, when Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, won the first 7 rounds because Teofimo Lopez was basically being the aggressor, but outboxing Lomachenko by being the aggressor on the outside. But when Lomachenko was trying to make his way on the inside to the outside, he couldn't do that because Teofimo Lopez was simply just a better athletic boxer, and he had suddenly a little bit of better footwork than Lomachenko. But when it started to get towards the 10th round, Teofimo Lopez was starting to trying to set up a knockout shot, where Vasily Lomachenko, at his best attribute when his opponents are flat-footed. If you watch, before I get to that fight, when Teofimo Lopez was flat-footed and he was basically trying to counterpunch him to get him out of there, because that's what usually Teofimo Lopez does. If you stand flat-footed against him, he's going to look at the time you hit you with a big punch and get you out of there. But Vasily Lomachenko, the smart fighter he is, he saw that Teofimo Lopez wasn't being aggressive and pushing him on the back foot like usually, because I say this a lot, because Vasily Lomachenko, in my opinion, cannot fight off the back foot very well. And so Teofimo Lopez, he got too comfortable in the position. Then Vasily Lomachenko started using these angles on Teofimo Lopez because he was simply just standing in the pocket of Vasily Lomachenko, which is a bad move to do. And Teofimo Lopez was about to get stopped. And next Teofimo Lopez had to reiterate the game plan. He had to go back of being the aggressor. He had to go back and pushing Lomachenko back and forth and stuff like that. And in my opinion, he basically outworked Lomachenko. He had the athletic invention. He pushed him on the back foot, and he kept Lomachenko for shifting angles and getting off on his shots. And Vasily Lomachenko, here's a prime example. When he fought Richard Coleman, Richard Coleman is not the biggest boxer in the doesn't have the greatest ring IQ in the world. He fought Richard Coleman. It made it look very, very easy when he fought Richard Coleman and Nakatani, because both of those guys were flat-footed fighters. Then you see where he start getting all these angles off on him, start looking good from the outside, start looking good from the inside, because they're standing there flat-footed and they're just looking for one big punch, and that's Vasily Lomachenko's specialty. But if you look at it, like maybe round 6 to 7, when Coleman had start pressing Lomachenko, it seems to be a problem. And Coleman had a point where he had Vasily Lomachenko kept going back on the back foot, But Richard Coleman ring IQ was so poor, he didn't know what to do. So he thought that by pushing Lomachenko back, he wasn't going to do those angles. But right then and there, Vasily Lomachenko came back and utilized his angles, and Richard Coleman was about to get stopped, I believe, in round 6, I think, because he just couldn't deal with the pressure of Vasily Lomachenko. So I absolutely agree with Timothy Bradley. He breaks it down way better than what I can break it down, because that's what I see what Vasily Lomachenko does. When he fight flat foot fighters, he can get all those angles off. But if he fights a guy that has angles with him, that can do the same stuff with him but not flashy, Vasily Lomachenko could be very good, big trouble. He has a good straight left hand and all this other stuff. He's very good, decent footwork. But if you take it away, like Timothy Bradley say, he's a very ordinary fighter. So if you can't believe me, you can hear it from one of the boxing opponents and experts himself, within Timothy Bradley. And shout out to Timothy Bradley. He's been on the road lately, spreading the truth. So somebody told me that Timothy Bradley's talking like this because he must have got a big contract with Top Rank. Y'all crazy, man. So here's what Timothy Bradley had to say. And there you have it. I couldn't have not broken down more better than he is. Timothy Bradley is a boxing expert. He's been in the ring and he knows what he's talking about outside the ring. See, Timothy Bradley may be biased certain towards fighters, but I gotta respect Timothy Bradley for keeping it real and keeping it boxing. And he started to say a lot of stuff about Terrence Crawford and stuff like that, but he was keeping it real about Errol Spence Jr. He saw that Errol Spence Jr. just not gonna sit there and lay down. And I totally agree with Timothy Bradley on this scenario. I'm not gonna disagree with him because, like he said, if you can basically do the same stuff as Vasily Lomachenko, if you can take away his angles, which was the big key of this factor, he's basically a basic straight fighter with decent footwork, with just very fast hands, fast ability. So, I couldn't broke it more down than that. But like I said before, all I can say is they better not put Vasily Lomachenko in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis, because if they do, don't be surprised if Vasily Lomachenko's get knocked out, and don't be surprised if Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis make Vasily Lomachenko look like a basic fighter at the end of the day. So guys, with that being said, Timothy Bradley says that Vasily Lomachenko is an ordinary fighter and Devin Haney beats him. I ain't gonna say easy, but beats him. So, with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.